When will Ryan Garcia be held accountable? According to his fans, never. But let's talk about it.
Push the weight and now flex. Alive is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. Nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. There's an organized effort. What's not really, it's organized confusion. That's what it is. There's an effort to stand in the pocket for this kid for reasons that I already know, but you guys are in that little river in Africa called the Nile. So I ain't got to say what it is, but with each passing moment, the people standing in the pocket of Ryan Garcia, you guys are looking worse and worse and worse every day. We've gone through several motions. I'll just go down a few of them. The first motion was, first of all, for those of you that say, oh man, you guys need to take the L. We did that. Ryan beat Devin. As soon as Ryan's hand was raised, we were on to other things. We was talking about Sandro Martin, Super Del Matias. We were done with it. Ryan was talking about Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora. Fine. Then some time later, he pops dirty. And then our antennas went up. We said, wait a minute, pop for what? Nandrolone, Ostarine, then the Nandrolone thing went to the wayside, but the Ostarine was still there. And now we was focused on that. And while we was trying to focus on whether he was clean or not, because that was a topic of discussion, we was no longer talking about why Devin lost the fight. We said he fought the wrong fight. That's what we said. That's what we said. Is that not accountability? Now that this guy was clearly on a performance enhancement drug, we went through the motions of other fans talking about there's a need for Ryan to be wrong. There is no need. I don't want to be dealing with this, but what's shocking to me is that this kid popped dirty in the campaign for everybody else to be wrong but him. That is astonishing. That is you guys feeling the need for Devin to have lost to stick. So who's really sick in this scenario here? Not scenario, in this situation. Who's really sick? I have no need for Ryan to be dirty. I'm just reporting what I see. And with each passing week, it's an adventure. This picture is still shots from when he popped dirty. He's laughing and said, this is the only thing that I was on. And if this is the reason why I beat Devin Haney, so be it. What's in the bottle, Ryan? Ashwagandha. I never heard of it. But what is ashwagandha? I don't know what it was. So, I don't know everything. So no sooner than I go to try and do research on what this thing is, because maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe. No sooner than I go to look for it, the company says no. And they said, look, there's no Ostarine in our product. Now, at that moment, this was the only thing he said he was on. Drew, he didn't say that. Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, this ashwagandha root is one too many. Do you know why? Bam. Look at that. Ryan Garcia. I don't even take supplements. Laugh out loud. Wow. So, my man, what is this? You said this is all you took. But prior to that, you said this. What did you mean? You wasn't taking it at that time? Or what does that mean? You were never clear. And then it went from that to I have to send to the appropriate parties everything that I've taken during my camp. What did you take during your camp, man? Because you said you don't even take supplements, Ryan. That's what you said. I don't even take supplements. That's what you said. Young fella. Now you take supplements. Fine. So we know it's not the ashwagandha. So I don't know how many supplements you sent to the appropriate parties. I don't know. And who's the appropriate parties? Water, right? I'm asking y'all one more time. Who are the appropriate parties? Water, right? Okay, keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the appropriate parties. Yeah? All right, cool. Keep that in mind. Send it to them, and let's check all the vitamin supplements. The word that I got was everything that they checked were free of ostarine. I don't know how many were sent. Ryan never specified, because I had a discussion with on Champside's channel. Shout out to Champside. And when I mentioned that, I said the word that I got was that all the supplements that Ryan sent were free of ostarine. Then the person on the call with me said, well, what did he send? How many? No. You asked Ryan, what did he send? You asked Ryan, what is he on? Because we can't get a straight answer out of him. All I know is the word I got, whatever it is he sent, whether it was ashwagandha and one other thing or ashwagandha and two other things, the word that we got was there was no ostarine in it. That's the word, and that's all you need to know. Right? Right. But you know, you close one door, they're going to try and open up another one. Now they're talking about things can be tainted. Well, now we're here. Things can be tainted, right? So an article comes out yesterday, right? Not a report, an article. And it states that Ryan, not Wada, not Vada, Ryan's team, they attached some photos of 2 supplements he claimed were tested by Sports Medicine Research and Testing. They're based in Utah. And the word is that these 2 products contained ostarine. One of the products is named NutriBio's Raspberry Lemonade Flavored Super Carb and Body Health's Perfect Amino Acid Powder. Interesting. Never heard of this. So what I did, I got online and looked up both products, and interesting, there's no ostarine in it. So I'm like, okay. Is it possible that the product that Ryan had was contaminated? Okay, that's possible. So as a company, wouldn't it make sense to not only test the supplements that you have in your lab that was provided to you? Wouldn't it make sense to go to the company itself and test various bottles or containers that have this product in it? Wouldn't that make sense? Some of you are not thinking that quick, but I'm telling you that's what they're supposed to do. And if you read the article on Boxing Scene, because yesterday people were swearing by this. This is why you have to do your own research. Okay? This was Ryan's first public mention of these supplements, because previously all he said he was on was ashwagandha. Now we're finding out this. Now, let me point something out. When you do testing, they ask you, write down all the vitamins and supplements and medicines that you on, so we know. So in the event we get an adverse finding in your test, we can refer to the things on this list. Right? Why on earth are we finding about these? We're finding out about these 2 things that he was on. And why is it, I'm wondering, are these 2 things on the list that he sent up to WADA? You know how I'm going to go with I don't think so? There's always a possibility, but you know why I'm going to go with her I don't think so? Because WADA didn't find it. And here's the story on this NutraBio's Raspberry Lemonade and Super Carb from Body Health's. He sent opened packages or open containers to sports medicine research labs. You heard me. You heard me. He went to a third-party company and said, hey guys, test this. I popped for Ostarine. Test it. And they tested it. This is a third party. Based out of Utah. Now, why am I saying Utah? Why is that location important? Because it's not the New York State Athletic Commission. There, I just answered your question. So he goes to a third-party country in another state, and they say, hey, man, we found Ostarine in these containers, in the product inside the container. You were right, Mr. Garcia. But here's the thing. Sports Medicine Research and Testing reported that both of those tested supplements were received unsealed.
What?
You heard me.
Fool ass Earth man.
You heard me. And it says it right here in black and white. I'll read it one more time. Sports Medicine Research and Testing reported that both of these tested supplements were received unsealed. That process is not right. It contradicts the way disputed supplements are typically tested by anti-doping agencies. So they said we got a positive result. There was Ostarine in the products that he gave us, but when he gave it to us, the containers were open. Didn't Ryan send his lawyers to check his B sample to make sure the B sample wasn't contaminated or tampered with? Those jars of urine are checked to see if they were tampered with. If they were tampered with, if it even looks like it was attempted to be opened, you have to throw the test out. You sent them up there, they said no tampering. Okay, B sample came back with Ostarine. Ryan flies out to Dubai. I'm sorry, not Dubai, to Saudi, and says, hey man, I don't know why the B sample was saying anything different from the A sample, but God's on my side. You remember that? That's what he said. By the way, he didn't say anything about a hair follicle test. That was last week, y'all. So now no one's talking about the follicle test. They're talking about these two new products that he was on that popped. Two things. We don't know if this was on the original list. We don't know if WADA has it. We don't know if it's on that list. That's number one. Number two, if it's on the list, WADA would have found it. Number three, Sports Medicine Research and Testing Labs. That's a third-party company based out of Utah. Is this finding going to be admissible in this case? If it does, they have a brand to protect. Sports Medicine said this in the article. They're not even going to try and send people over there, all the way up to New York, or do a Zoom meeting and say, okay, well, what happened? No, we're telling you that it was unsealed. We received it unsealed. Now, here's the deal. Ryan already mouthed off to Logan Paul, and Logan Paul showed the world how to set it off on him. He says, you want to say that my product is messing up children and all this, that, and the third? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Since you can't prove it, I'm going to give you an opportunity to prove it. Calling him all kinds of pedos and, this is bad for kids and all this other stuff. I'm suing you. The burden of proof to prove what you're saying, it goes beyond public opinion. There could be people believing you. But now you got to prove it in the court of law, my friend, which is why certain things are not worth saying, whether you think you're right or not. If you can't prove it, then you need to shut up. Okay? Ryan can't shut up. So now Logan Paul and KSI are suing him. That's who owns Prime Energy Drink. So we got that going. Now I'm going to say this, because this is something that you guys are not listening to. These are another 2 companies that he claims were tainted with Ostarine. I said it last night, and I'm gonna say it again. He better hope. Because I went to the site, I didn't see any Ostarine in their product. He better hope that there's Ostarine in these products in various containers everywhere where it's sold. Because if it's not, these same 2 companies can sue him too. And I hope they do. See what you guys, you Ryan fans, are doing. This kid is just talking. Instead of telling him to please shut the F up, you're making life worse for yourself. You're enabling him, and you're hoping that there's some sort of glimmer of hope that he is clear of any wrongdoing, and he's not. You guys ran around here saying that there's some need for Ryan to be wrong, or the Haney and Bill Haney and Devin Haney fans, there's a need for Ryan to be wrong. No, we don't want to be talking about this. We moved on. You're blaming the victim. He popped. You look at this picture. He's laughing. He didn't talk about no raspberry lemonade in this Instagram wherever this was. He pulled out a bottle of ashwagandha. That's what he did. There's no Ostarine in the products that he provided on his list. He dirty. Why can't y'all say that? That O is about to be reversed. He's about to be suspended. Now, if this ain't an admission of guilt, I don't know what is. Michael Benson reported, Ryan Garcia's legal rep, Paul Green, has declared that they are now hoping to agree on a ban of 4 months or less for Garcia's positive drug test after stating that 2 supplements Garcia listed on his VADA doping control forms have proved to be contaminated with Ostarine. We understand Ryan's going to get some sanction, but we feel like given this evidence now could be a light sanction. Nonsense. Amir Khan got a 2-year ban, and he didn't do all of this. Now they're trying to lessen the blow. Listen, if you're not guilty, you're not guilty. Stand on it. Like Jesus did. Jesus stood on his principles and got nailed to the cross. Christian. Right? Now, interesting. Garcia, it says here, Garcia listed on his VADA doping control forms. So according to this tweet, those 2 things were listed on the VADA control forms. I wish I can get a copy of that list. Now he's saying, although WADA didn't catch Ostarine in those products, Sports Medicine Research Labs, they found it. And they're hoping that the New York State Athletic Commission would take that into consideration. That's what they're hoping. Let me explain something to you. The research center that Ryan used, they said in this article, yeah, it tested positive, but when we got the product, it was already opened. So if this was on the list and WADA didn't find anything on the list, because they would have said, hey man, yeah, there's 2 products on here that has traces of Ostarine in it. And we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We'd be like, oh, okay. But WADA already looked at it. They already looked at it. And by the way, y'all don't even know what VADA does, right? Y'all go figure it out. I done said it enough. But WADA, I'm sure they checked the product. If this was on the list, like it says here in this tweet, I'm sure they checked it. He popped for Ostarine. Let's go to the list. Ain't nothing there. Because that's the initial word that I got. Everything on his list were free from Ostarine. But magically, the product that he has on his person was tested and it had Ostarine in it. Now they're trying to use that from a reputable company, because Sports Medicine Research is a reputable company based out of Utah. They're trying to use that finding to lessen the blow of the punishment. They do not need to take their foot off his neck. Amir Khan got 2 years. He needs worse because he did this knowingly. And for those of you brainiacs that say, hey, it was just a little bit, because I hear people still saying it was a little bit, it was 1/1000th of a, yeah, right. Read this. Let's read it as a family. In my opinion, this is Victor Conti. In my opinion, Ryan Garcia continues to spew misinformation. On 4/19, Ryan's ostarine level in urine was 6 nanograms per milliliter. The New York State Athletic Commission allowable is 0.1 nanograms / milliliters. I believe that's what it says. It seems that Ryan's level was 60 times the allowable limit. I believe his B sample will also be positive. And it was. 60 times? We went from Victor Conti and Bill scheming on Ryan. That was the initial assessment. They co-conspired to get Ryan. And blaming ashwagandha. Now they're blaming 2 other products. Ryan is creating a bunch of enemies. Do you not know those 4 things I mentioned? Bill Haney, Victor Conti, and these 2 new products. These are 2 separate companies. These are 4 different entities that can sue Ryan for defamation. Do y'all understand that? When are y'all gonna get on Ryan's case and say, please, Ryan, shut up? You're making things bad for yourself, Ryan. Shut up. Y'all can't tell him to be quiet? Fine, tell him to keep talking. Oh, Victor Conti, he's in bed with Vada. I got another video coming up about Vada. Y'all don't know anything about Vada. Y'all don't even know who owns it. I do. All I did was a little research. I'm going to do a separate video on that. You guys have a need for Ryan to be clean. Why? Because he represents the machine against Devin Haney, against Bill Haney. Now, what unconditional hatred y'all have towards him, that's on y'all. I really don't care. I'm past all of that. You guys are weird. But everything that y'all put on us with this need for Ryan to be right, nonsense. I needed Ryan to be clean so we can move on. I don't like talking about crap like this. But the reality is what it is. And y'all are sunken so low to start talking about conspiracy theories. The things that I'm hearing from these giant channels who have a big responsibility. You guys are failing the sport of boxing. You're failing yourself. And you're failing fans. You guys are supposed to be shedding light on this stuff. Shedding light is to speak the truth. Ryan Garcia is a liar. He is a liar. And it's been proven. Remember, this is the first thing we saw when he said he popped. When he said he popped, this is the first thing he said. He didn't talk about no raspberry lemonade or some super carbs. This is what he grabbed. Ashwagandha. And that's the first supplement that got right on Twitter and said, not us, bro. Try again. I don't know. Maybe they can double back and sue him. I don't know. This guy's about to be swimming in lawsuits. But how's he going to earn a living when he can't fight? Y'all thought I was joking when I made the OnlyFans analogy. But you know what? He might make more money twerking on OnlyFans than a thong. Only thing that I would want to see is who's really purchasing that OnlyFans. And I bet you if they could differentiate between the purchasers being male and female, I'm willing to bet that 98% of you guys will be purchasing the OnlyFans and watch Ryan Garcia twerk his behind up and down OnlyFans. Because according to you, he pretty and ish. You guys are disgusting. You're horrible for the sport. And I just need all of you to go away so boxing can go back to normal, whatever normal is nowadays. Haters, you can tell me what you think. I don't care. The time reveals all truth, and the lie's not more the long way to the truth. You know that. Documentation beats conversation, and documentation is backed him into a corner You see that kid smiling right there? It might get so stressful. You just better hope he don't harm himself. And in the event that he does, which I'm not wishing on him, seriously, you have yourselves to thank. Don't look at us saying that we should have left him alone. Look at yourselves. Because we actually tried to save him. All he had to do was say is sorry. He'd be in the middle of his suspension and moving on to fighting in 2 years. End of. Bronx on deck.
Move!